Hey guys and gals, if you are new to print on demand like I am, you might be getting hungry and looking at people who just throw designs on blankets and seem to sell them and wondering, can I get a piece of that pie? I have just finished putting like 10 designs on Etsy, and at the end of it all, I'm like, dang, there's a couple things I missed. So I thought I'd make a quick video about what I've learned to save you some time when you go through this. The first thing is that the orientation of your mock-ups really matters. If you can see, obviously these are upright, 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 and upright. And in most of these, the design orientation matters. You might be like, well, duh, but this one's upside down. What comes up is the print provider that you're using might make it so you put your mock-up in face up, but then once you get to the point where you are choosing your mock-ups, it's not showing up here, let me show you. Even though you put it in face up, they're giving you a mock-up that's upside down. They just didn't think about flipping the orientation of it for you, which causes some issues. And then if you're doing a vertical mock-up or a vertical blanket, in this one that they're giving you, it looks great because this one is horizontal. But this one was made for vertical blankets or blankets where the orientation doesn't matter. So it makes it really frustrating because some of their mock-ups are really great, but I can't use all of them with every design. So what I've done is jumped onto other providers that I am experimenting with right now, like Printify, who I started with, and saying, okay, do you have any blanket mock-ups that are good enough that I would want to use them for this design? Like this one is on Printify and it's got a couch and it looks pretty okay. And I like this one a lot more than this provider's mock-ups on Printify. The second thing when I'm talking about orientation matters is the fact that whether or not you put your design on so it's vertical or horizontal matters. This is like a crossroads for me because the autistic ADHD side says if I have a blanket going on a bed in a picture, I want it to be aligned with the bed so the faces would be turned sideways. That would be my preference. But if I'm actually using the blanket, I'm very likely going to wrap myself in it. And then I would like it to be horizontal so that the faces are up while I'm wrapped in it. What this tells me about my very specific way of thinking is that in the future, I would be a lot happier if I found designs or made designs in which the orientation can go any direction, like possibly this leaf design I got. Obviously this is one direction, one direction, one direction, one direction, which is a little bit of a problem. But now I understand myself a little bit better, so I can make that choice. So to summarize all of my rambling, I'm basically saying, if you want to do this, when you grab your designs, consider one, whether the orientation is going to be horizontal or vertical. Two, how the orientation is going to come up in the mock-ups, which means maybe to get this one really nice, you actually have to go in and flip the design upside down to download this mock-up and then go flip the design back so it's facing the right way for the rest of the pictures. And if you can't find all of the designs that you need here and you don't know if Placeit or whatever is a good provider for you, because for leggings I didn't find it very helpful, I haven't checked it out for blankets, then go look around at the mock-ups provided by other print-on-demand people, because you might find that they have designs that suit you better. You might even find that they have so many designs you would prefer to use them as a provider with what they were offering. And then when I turn to Printful because it's got better shipping rates and times for Canada, and I am Canadian, I found out that their leggings actually had way more options and I was much happier with them. So if I try leggings again, I will do it on Printful just so I can have access to all of those designs. And probably also they have better shipping and times and prices for Canadian leggings since they do for blankets. And then if you can't find anything anywhere, it's worth it to go out online and look for somewhere to get that key mock-up that you can put the extra time into, because it's not easy to stand out on Etsy if you have what I started with, which was this nice, I thought, professional looking blanket hanging, but it's a blanket hanging on nothing, and it just doesn't compare to these really great lifestyle shots that people have. Like, look at how this one has a bunch of pumpkins around it. Like, I'm sure it's a totally AI generated photo, but the fact still is, it looks gorgeous and they have it. And no one really cares whether or not it's AI. It just matters if it catches their eye. All right, that's all I have for you. If that was really helpful, please give me a comment, because I can't be the only one who's super fresh on this journey, and I would love to share my learning mistakes because they don't feel quite so painful if they help somebody else. Okay, that's it so far for the blanket